Joining me now from Sacramento, California, GOP political consultant Mike Madrid. Mike, you got blackouts, $5 a gallon gas. You've got sex education that reads more like porn. What else? You've got vaccinations being rammed down the throats of California residents, and you've got homeless as far as the eye can see. Seems to me a Republican Party with a cohesive, positive message that's based on maybe the fundamentals of this republic could win at the polls. But in our lifetimes, Mike, we're not going to see a Republican governor in California again, are we?
No, we're not. And I think, look, your intro was perfect, and I think you stated it perfectly. We could add to that list. It's got the largest poverty rates of any state in the country. It's got the largest income inequality problems, all of these problems over and over. Your question is absolutely the right one, Graham, which is why can't the party get it together? If it had a cohesive, positive agenda, it could, your words. And I think you're 100% right. The problem is it does not. And until it does, and until it starts talking about the brass tacks and moves away from those issues that are alienating the vast majority of Californians, it's not coming back in our lifetimes.
Mike, I hate identity politics. I refuse to play them. But if we look at certain sectors, the conservative principles really match up well with Hispanic values, right? And in fact, I've seen some placards that point to this in California. I think I've seen them on front lawns, in the grass, begging Hispanics to pay attention to the conservative values and the conservative agenda. Why the disconnect? Why the two can't connect?
Look, that's a great question. Look, as a Latino for 25 years, I was brought into this party by Reagan-style conservative optimism. Came from a Democratic family. I was the first to bolt, and my family followed. The answer is really simple. It's a question really of style as much as substance. It's become more substantive. You cannot have language that offends people, offends their families, and expect them to respond to your message. It's just not going to happen. There's 25 years of evidence suggesting that this is the wrong way to handle these issues. Doesn't mean compromise on the policy. Doesn't mean compromise on things like immigration. But what it does mean is you've got to have some sort of positive, aspirational way of talking about these issues. If not, you're going to continue to get decimated at the polls, and you should, by the way.
When I look at the California Republican Party, Jessica Patterson is the new leader. It seems like she was brought in as a figurehead, and I kind of handicap the Republican Party in California this way. Number one, it's not raising enough money. Number two, it doesn't seem to have a real game plan for 2020. And number three, it seems to be abandoning conservative principles, i.e., seems to be leaning more pro-abortion, for example, which again, would be a huge mistake as an alternative to what's going on in California among the Democrats.
That may be. Jessica's a good friend. I have not been in touch with the party as much since she took power consciously. Want to give her the opportunity to do a good job. But look, Graham, I agree with you on a lot of these issues. More fundamentally, if we were talking about the affordability question and the failure of Democratic policies, I think we would be in much better position as a party. I don't see that changing anytime soon. And unfortunately, I agree with you. It's going to be a long, long time before we see Republican get back into a competitive space for conservatives.
For the record, Mike, since she's your friend, maybe you can get her a message. I've been trying to get Jessica on this program for many, many months.
Okay.
Apparently, she doesn't like me. Or apparently she thinks that maybe I'll have some tough questions for her. I don't know. But the bottom line is when you step back, you look at the big picture, leaders lead, right? They don't capitulate. And it seems like the Republican Party overall has been capitulating.
Yeah, look, I guess that sort of depends on sitting on where you stand. I think I would agree with you, but I might agree with you for different reasons and different policy issues than you support. I believe that we need to have a more focused policy on the economics as fiscal conservatives.
Right.
And if we do that and we own that space, I think that that's our best route as opposed to some of the more social issues.
Well, I mean, you look at the price of a gallon of gas and you look at how much it costs you in California to register your vehicle. It's crazy. It's off the charts. So, yes, a fiscal conservative message should resonate with all Californians. Mike, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.